We got 5 minutes on the clock. What is your name and what is your podcast show?
I am Cassie Adkins. My podcast is You're Not Actually a Leader Yet.
Whoa. Okay. You're actually not a leader yet. What is the story behind this? What drove you? What's the mission behind this that would take such a bold approach when building a podcast name like that?
So it had it is multifaceted. It shows that a leader is not a title, and that it is a journey to get there, and that most people that call themselves leaders aren't actually a leader yet. They have to grow and learn. It's not something you're just born being. Now, there's the whole natural born leader, da da da, but that's environmental. there's impacts and ways that have shaped that human, and no one is above learning and needing to grow as a leader. Things are constantly changing. The leaders of today are not the same as the leaders pre-COVID, pre-remote work.
Mhm.
And so there's always this need to grow and adapt. And I really wanted to capture that. I also wanted to play on my signature, which is lovingly honest, Sassy Cassie. So I tout very much that I can kind of say anything to anyone. And I do that in a very lovingly honest way that most of the time people will thank me or hug me at the end of delivering. Sometimes very not delightful news, right? I
Yeah.
was an addictions therapist for 10 years. I had to say a lot of things to a lot of people, and none of them really wanted to ever hear it, if we're being completely transparent.
Yeah.
So there was that lovingly honest piece, and then the whole sassy Cassie. My entire life, people have read my name and said, Casey, Casey, where's Casey? And it grates me like nails on a chalkboard. And I used to always introduce myself as, no, Cassie, like Lassie, the dog. Well, nowadays, people barely even know who Lassie is because it ages me, right? And so when I got into this space, I originally did Sassy Cassie, like software as a service,
Mhm.
Sassy, and then realized that really just Sassy was much more fitting to to my personality, and it helped people read my name and know that it's Cassie, because why would anyone put their signature as Sassy Casey? That doesn't make any
Doesn't
sense.
rhyme.
So yeah, so it was a total win-win for me, and I really felt that the title captured that, and the the essence of why I wanted to do this podcast was because this is my year of giving. I wanted, and still do want, to just give to the world. I am a firm believer that you get back what you put into it, but it starts with putting into the world. And I have gone on this journey as a solopreneur, as an executive leadership coach. And the first thing people think, well, what do you need? What do you need? No, no, what can I give? What can I give? And as I met people, they said, you have so much knowledge, everything. Like, people need to meet you and see you. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to let the world see me, which is terrifying for me on so many levels. But again, it's this year of growth and saying yes and doing the things that past me never would have done. And it lets me give in the process and share with whoever listens the hope that, hey, if you recognize a theme in your life or from my podcast, there's ways around it. There are fixes, there are growth, hacks and different things that you can do and modifications that you can make in your day to day that are very simple, that make a profound impact. And that is my hope, that my podcast gives people and they learn something.
Yeah, now you focus primarily on leadership for startup founders and for people that. So just because I have a business card that says CEO or founder doesn't make me an actual leader yet, right? So if I'm a startup founder and I want to learn more about you, your podcast show, and your executive coaching, where can I go to get that conversation started?
I hang out in LinkedIn all the time. Send me a DM, start the conversation. Happy to talk.
Cool. And what we'll do is we'll put that contact information in the show notes below. So everybody, as you're diving into these episodes, as always, reach out to our guests, say thank you. Their contact information will be below. Check out their podcast, get them a raving 5-star review. And if you have a podcast show or a YouTube channel that you'd like to talk about here on this show, podcasthostarmy.com. Fill out a quick form, get you on the show next. Till then, talk to you all on the next episode.
Thanks, Josh.